Let me know.
Okay. Should be going up.
On a Tuesday, on a Monday. I hope my battery lasts my whole time. Just charge it really quick.
There we go.
Woo! All right.
Are we live?
Yes, we are.
What's up, everybody? Happy
Yo!
Monday! Was that too loud in your ears?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay. I thought that's what you were freaking out about.
No.
We're
no.
back after Thanksgiving. Hope you enjoyed all your turkey and stuffing. Did you get some, Jeff?
I did. Ashley made an incredible meal. We had it with the family. It was great, man. The kids, bugged everybody. It was a blast.
What's new, right?
They don't eat all their turkey. I think I had 3 plates.
I gotta ask you because you said you did want to wear sweatpants, but you were meeting the mom for the first time or something like that.
No,
What'd you wear?
I wasn't meeting her for the first time, but I did wear the sweatpants. Sorry.
But button down?
Huh?
Do you have a button down on?
No.
No.
Oh, man.
Straight up.
Well, the kids were running
slumming
around.
it.
We just went completely relaxed for Thanksgiving, but it was a blast. The food was good. The pecan pie was delicious. I definitely need to hit the gym for sure.
Oh, I do too. I mean, I think that goes for all of America,
Yeah.
right? Thanksgiving, that's how it goes. Eat your turkey, your stuffing, your potatoes, your rolls. Woo, you name it. But
Well, happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there that's watching. Appreciate you on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram. We're everywhere now. YouTube. We got it. We're live.
Yep, we're live. So thanks so much for liking the show, sharing the show, and joining us every Monday and Thursday, of course. And Thanksgiving, there were some games on that day, and I know Jeff was happy about one of them.
Yeah,
that was in the middle of the day.
I think I called that game.
Oh, yeah?
Just
In
saying,
overtime?
Just saying. I think
In
I called
overtime?
it. Cowboys lose. But we are over here at Christian's Tailgate in Midtown. We're here every Monday and Thursday at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. getting you ready for the football games coming up and talking about yesterday's games and, of course, the Thanksgiving games, as Lauren just mentioned. So we're going to have a blast today. Christian's Tailgate, come get their food, their drinks. It's absolutely a blast up here. Their food is amazing. We always have fun here.
I'll be ordering their salad and shrimp. So good. I know that little Cole over there always gets the chicken nuggets, and you sneak some of those fries too. So
yeah,
those are really good as well. And I think our producer Enrique has some of the foods up here too.
Yeah, real good.
But today's show today's show is brought to you by Smarter Mortgage. But you want to get to some high school stuff first?
We'll get into that in a little bit.
Yeah, well, you want to do it after I do this? Today's show brought to you by Smarter Mortgage. Call David Carey at 281-650-0648. Mention SWB. Get a free quote ASAP. He's got fat pockets. He's ready to go. If you are ready to get in the home, Dave is ready to put you there.
All right. Shall we get the show started?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right, let's do it. Come on. Here we go.
All right. Let's really kick this show off. Building that up. AC/DC, of course. Thunder. I love that Thunderstruck. It never gets old, right?
I love that jam. That jam gets me fired up.
We're
absolutely
getting fired
love
up. Woo! It gets me fired up no matter what. And you know what's going on right now, Jeff?
What's that?
So much. We talk about baseball, football, basketball, but we never talk about high school sports. And high school sports, the playoffs are right now. The third round just took place this weekend. Huge. Anna, what? Enrique was in a suit dancing.
Yeah,
What's up?
I was.
Do you have a photo of this? We need to put this up.
Yeah. I don't have the photo with me. You know what?
I got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Oh,
you know
got
what?
it.
You know what? I give you permission to post it if you want. You can post it.
I will post it up on our page, Sports with Balls. Go check us out anywhere on all the social media sites. But I will put up North Shore. North Shore, and they won.
They won, 26-20.
Yeah, Enrique was the mascot. You can look that up if you want to. North Shore won.
That is awesome. Good for you. I remember you saying Friday night, come on out, come and see me. Because Enrique, if you don't know, obviously you can't see him, very chill guy, producer, right? He's out there in the mascot suit running around.
Crazy.
I can't wait to see this picture. We got to post it.
Crazy.
Well, speaking of high school sports and the football playoffs, another team that won is the Cougars. And that is the Tomball Cougars. They're 10-3. They upset Rockwall Health Hawks. They were 11-2. It was a 35-21 pounding. And that punched the ticket for Tomball to make it to the regional quarterfinals next Saturday. And that's going to be at the brand new Tomball ISD Stadium. So round 3 victory for the Cougars.
I guess everybody's just waiting for the state title.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, like, I mean, that's just in Texas and here in Houston where we're located. It's a huge ordeal. Obviously, 5A, 6A football here is just insane. It's almost like minor league college.
Minor league college.
Well, I mean, because the guys are so big now. There's no way. I was a quarterback, right? I played quarterback in high school. I was TAPS 3A, and back then TAPS 3A was pretty big. Now they have 6A. Like, it's huge. These guys are enormous. Like, I mean, if I got hit by them, trouble.
You're right. You're right. There's some out there
They
that are
are
like
huge.
6 foot, like, 280 pounders. Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. No doubt.
These guys are 6'5", 6'6", running 4.40s. At
Mhm.
300 pounds. It's just insanity. That's just
crazy.
But we'll get into a lot more college football coming your way.
Yeah, so that's high school sports. We'll keep you up to date. As you said, it's all about the state title, right?
Yep.
So we'll bring you up to that each and every week. But let's get to the rundown.
Ooh.
There's a lot of hot topics
Ooh.
right now. And you know what? There's a COVID outbreak, too, in Dallas. Mike McCarthy will not be there this week when they play the Saints. So interim defensive coordinator Dan Quinn will serve as the interim head coach for the Cowboys. And can they get it together? Loss after loss. I mean, you talk about them. They're now 7-4. They lost to the Raiders on Thanksgiving. We just mentioned 36-33. And should the Cowboys win over the Saints? It'll be a Thursday night game once again.
Yeah,
so
the
they'll be
Cowboys,
on normal rest.
Cowboys seem to have a lot of primetime games. As always, the NFL wants to make some money.
Hey, you're wearing their colors.
Hey,
I
I need a change, outfit, wardrobe. Yeah, we don't have a wardrobe change here.
Nope.
But
I wish we did.
that'd be great. But the Cowboys seem to have a little bit of some issues right now, right? Like they're not playing good football, and this is sort of like the way the NFL season is going right now with this up and down stuff, right? Like, oh, they're Super Bowl bound. Kansas City Chiefs now are, and earlier is like, are they done for the year? Now you got the Cowboys lost 3 of the last 4 games. They don't look near as confident as they used to. Ezekiel Elliott looks like he's kind of hurt. We're gonna have to see what's going on, man. I'm interested in this game to see how they do without Mike McCarthy. Like, what if they win? Is Mike McCarthy? Because I've gone on for weeks and weeks and talking about how Mike McCarthy may not be the head coach and Dak Prescott is, right? So we're going to have to see whether or not Dak is doing what he's doing.
Well, that brings up another good point because we kind of said that about Mike McCarthy during our Hard Knocks preview.
Yeah.
I mean, we kind of got to see into the locker room of what he's like as a head coach because no one was super high on him just because he won that one Super Bowl in Green Bay, coming to Dallas. Jerry Jones was really the only one excited about it, right?
Yeah.
So now we're starting to see that, and we'll see how Dallas plays out. All right, let's go to the next rundown, and that is going to be we're going over to the NBA where your buddy Ben Simmons, I don't know whose buddy he is, but 76ers Ben Simmons is now allegedly going broke.
This is great.
Oh, wow.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude. Like, I'm not. But serves you right, bro.
He's been in mental health. He hasn't played one single game this season, 25 years old. And he hasn't played one game and he's paying for the fines every game that he misses. So you got that on top of something that a radio host out of Philadelphia, his name is Howard Eskin. He kind of spilled the beans on the radio. And he said that he was told by a very reliable source that he's tapped out broke, that he has 2 homes in Philadelphia. He has a home that's $17.5 million, and that he buys a new car almost every month. Plus, like I said, he's not playing, and he has to pay fines every time he doesn't play a game. So,
I mean,
whoa.
No wonder this dude's in mental health protocol. Whatever. Like, I don't know. I don't know if I don't know if he's really having mental health issues. If he is, I hope he gets better. But I think they just put that tag on him because of all the off-season, problems he was having with the 76ers and whether or not they were going to sign him. He demanded a trade, then said he wasn't coming to camp. He doesn't care about the money. He cares about the money now.
Yeah.
When you the problem is when you have all this money, you do go buy things. You do get those bills still have to be paid. The bank doesn't care if you're not showing up for your practice. And so now Ben Simmons is in a world of hurt, and it's going to be interesting how this plays out if he's going to go back to the 76ers. And it's also interesting what's happening with John Wall.
Right. And I was going to say before that with Ben Simmons, it's like, will he get out of his way and will he be with the 76ers? Will he go into free agency? Will another team even want his issues?
I don't know. He's got a lot of problems in Philly right now.
Yeah.
He's got to address those first. And basketball seems to be ramping up, because there's fighting. And so that seems to be why people are watching the NBA now.
I know LeBron James escorted 2 fans out because they were being rowdy or something. I wasn't sure exactly what the reason was. But he said, "Oh no, it's them two." And it was a couple, it was a boy and a girl.
Apparently, they were saying stuff about his son. That was not good. If it was true, I mean, you don't know. I've heard different reports, but the NBA seems to be all about not in the NBA. It's not about basketball. It's about fighting and off-court issues. But Steph Curry did some really cool things last night. He's having an incredible season, really, really quietly because the NBA is really quiet. But Steph Curry getting a tech from the refs and then turning around, hitting 3 threes and teching the refs back. That was awesome. That was cool to watch.
Hey, tee him up.
Yeah,
he
teed up the refs. Like, it was great. I loved it. So
didn't someone do that to his dad a couple seasons ago?
I don't know. Maybe.
Austin did to his dad.
Him and his brother are shooting lights out in the NBA right now. Like, lights out. They're like one of the best 2 brothers in the NBA.
I mean, of course. That's what he does.
Yeah, dude. Seth Curry is playing incredible basketball right now. Like, really good basketball. So it's good to be the Curry family right now, except that the mom and dad are in divorce.
And allegedly, a while ago, his wife was supposed to open up a restaurant here in Houston. And they were like, how was that going to go? Back when James Harden was still here and James Harden was still in the works of his
one of my favorite
13
words.
restaurant. What?
Allegedly.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay. All right.
That's the word of the day.
Let's move on to another rundown, but sticking with the Rockets, as I just mentioned, James Harden. Well, another J in John Wall. The Rockets are on a 2-game winning streak, guys. So John Wall, what does he do? He says, I want to play. I want to play with the team. He met with the general manager and the Rockets head coach, Stephen Silas, mentioning, hey, I want to be back in that starting lineup. Well, the reason why he's not on it is because they asked him to take a lesser role and to help out the youngins on the team, and he said no. And now he's wanting to come back and be part of the Rockets.
Well, he has it. It's not the Ben Simmons situation. John Wall has the leverage. They're paying him regardless, so he can sit on the bench and say that all they want.
Right, but if he wants to, if they're start winning, he wants to get back on there. He wants to get back on the court and maybe take some responsibility for that.
I was really excited how you said the Rockets are on a 2-game winning streak.
They are.
Way to go, Rockets.
I know, it's funny. I was speaking to a columnist about it. I was like, are the Rockets back? And he was like, well, they were kind of never there. So
start. It'll be another 15-game losing.
However, they couldn't get above 100 and they put up 146, 143 over the Hornets. So that was exciting if you're a Rockets fan, if you're a Houston fan.
Definitely.
All right. Will John Wall be back out there soon?
Probably.
It's
funny that we mentioned him last week and now they're having these conversations about him.
Yep.
So it's way to go.
There we go.
Go Rockets!
Because they're winning. Christian Wood, Kevin Porter Jr., difference maker.
Over under 12 wins on the season? Or 10?
Oh, come on. There's
being
82
serious.
games.
They've won 3.
I know.
I'm saying under 12.
Wow.
Enrique?
Over.
I say over.
Over. Yeah.
I'm surprised you went with 12 and not 13. Nice sound effects.
You're welcome.
Are those some things you're teaching Cole?
Nope. Enrique's got some sound effects he's going to play with later.
All right, Jeff, the big news that broke yesterday that just basically shocked everybody. Head coach of Oklahoma Sooners is no longer there. He is with University of Southern California. I was actually just before I left watching the press conference of him being welcomed there at USC. And it's so crazy. I had everything so prepared. And I'm like, maybe that's why y'all lost at the Battle of Bedlam. Anyways, yeah, just crazy news. He is now going to USC. He led the Sooners to 3 playoff appearances in 4 seasons, has a big legacy there, but now everyone in Oklahoma hates him. He's taken a lot of recruits with him as well. OU had 15 recruits. Now that's down to 8 from decommits.
Yeah,
What-
you know.
Is this the end for the Sooners right now?
Oh no! Programs like Oklahoma, they're moving over to the SEC. They're going to Oklahoma's going to be fine. The SEC is going to be fine. What's going to be even better though is the Pac-12 and the West Coast. This was a great move, not only for him but for college football in general.
Really?
This is great for them. And look,
Why?
it brings more fans in. So, like, you know, LA, let's just take LA, for instance. They don't really watch college football unless USC is involved. And LA is a massive television rating, bonanza over there. So with USC being involved now, everybody in LA is going to watch. TV ratings will go up. Boosters will go up. This NIL stuff is this is going to be incredible. Look, you give me an opportunity to go to Oklahoma, in Norman, Oklahoma, or Southern California, where I can make $2 million or $200,000, I'm going to Southern California.
He's got a point
You know,
there.
So
half of my family's from Norman, Oklahoma, so
it's not
pretty
it's
flat.
not Southern California.
Nothing's there.
There's earthquakes in one place, tornadoes in the other. You figure it out. But anyways, like
75 and sunny all day, California.
I just
get it.
loved how Lincoln Riley opened the press conference. He's like, I just want to tell y'all, I am not going to be the head coach of LSU. Well, he was right. He's not the head coach of LSU. He was the head coach now of University of Southern California, and couldn't be a better fit. Who up in the Pac-12 does he have to compete with?
That's true.
Oregon?
So
that's it.
So when I was speaking to some of my family about this, they said that Riley has alluded to not liking the SEC and bigger conferences like that, and which OU is going into. And I automatically thought, like, why the heck would you leave when you're about to go into the SEC? But going into the Pac-12, it seems a better fit. He's more of a conservative coach. So
he took some coaches with him, too. I mean, they are gutting Oklahoma. And Bob Stoops is going to step in to be the interim coach in their bowl game, which is pretty interesting because I love Bob Stoops. I love that. I would bet Oklahoma if I were you guys, because I'm sure they're going to be motivated. But they did lose the Bedlam game, like you mentioned, to Oklahoma State this past weekend. But blowing away that news was Lincoln Riley going to USC is unbelievable. He had 2 Heisman Trophy winners there. He has led the nation in offense the last 5 years, like in all college. He's a fantastic and phenomenal coach. He's going to be insanely good at USC.
Yeah, so listen to the guys that are not going to be Sooners anymore because of Riley, and obviously the reasons why they wanted to be playing for him. Defensive end Derek Moore, offensive lineman Demetrius Hunter. They both announced on Sunday, or they announced today. Sunday was linebacker Kobe McKenzie, quarterback Malachi Nelson, who's like number 2 in the nation, and running back Trayon Webb. So, like I said, down to 8 commits.
How many high school kids?
15.
How many high school kids in California just went, I'm going to USC?
So many.
Oh yeah, a lot. Yeah.
If they were good, if they're good.
In Washington, in California, in Nevada, Colorado, even all the way over here. Now recruiting Texas, LSU, or Texas, Louisiana, which is LSU.
Well,
all that it's a little different. But if you're on the West Coast, where do you want to go to school now? You want to go to Lincoln Riley School, like 100%. The guy knows what he's doing. Like I said, he top offense in the nation the last 5-6 years. 2 Heisman Trophy winners in Kyler Murray and Baker Mayfield, which we'll get to Baker later. But he's
Baker
an incredible
more like sleeper.
yeah.
Oh, sorry. If your wife is listening, don't come after me.
Yeah, don't go after her. She's nuts on social media. But Lincoln Riley, incredible hire.
So you
for
like this?
USC. Oh yeah,
You like it?
I like it for not only USC. I like it for all of college football. It brings, when USC and UT played in the championship game, highest rated college football game ever, and this will bring USC back into the picture with these other colleges playing. It'll be fantastic for all of the college football landscape. I can't wait to see UT and USC play again.
Fun fact.
Or Oklahoma and USC.
So you just brought up the Longhorns, and fun fact, USC, Steve Sarkisian was there.
Yeah.
He didn't think he was going to get fired. Then he got fired before he left, and obviously we know where he's with now. The 5-7 Texas Longhorns, sadly, but. Yeah.
I would love
Lincoln
to see
Riley
a Oklahoma USC national championship in 5 years, or not even 5, like 2 or 3 years. That'd be fantastic. But Oklahoma obviously going over to the SEC. Look, if you're Lincoln Riley, why would Pac-12 is easy? He's going to be easily the best team in that division. The next 2 probably it'll take a year and a half. His recruits will get there. His offense will take place. All he's got to do is beat Oregon. That's it. If you're in the SEC, oh my gosh, Auburn, Alabama, Oklahoma, Texas, Clemson, all those, you got to go through all those teams to even try to get into the playoff. He's basically already in a national championship game the next 2-3 years. It's just, it's an easy ride for him. So
We'll see.
what is
he's got to work with the program a little bit.
Yeah,
we'll see.
I forgot who said is he work smarter, not harder. And Lincoln Riley is working smarter, not harder.
Oh, everybody says that.
Yeah.
Let's be real. All right, moving on from Lincoln Riley to our next topic in the rundown, and that's another head coach. So we're going to be talking about these for a little bit here a second. So Louisiana Ragin' Cajuns head coach Billy Napier is now hired as the Florida Gators head coach. So he has a lot of experience over there in Florida. His dad was a high school coach from Georgia, but he is good in that region and what I was reading upon. So he worked under Dabo Swinney for Clemson, under Jimbo Fisher at Florida State, and Nick Saban under Alabama. So that was the issue in Florida for the Gators, is not having recruiting. This guy going over there is going to bring he knows the area well.
Billy Napier, great coach.
People are going to want to come play for him.
Yes, definitely. Great hire for Florida, too. Now, the only vacancy, well, there's a few vacancies. You've got Oklahoma, Washington, Virginia Tech still open. The big one being LSU. That's where that's the next big school that everybody's going to be watching, what college coach is going to go there and what they're going to do. Billy Napier is going to put Florida back in a winning position, I believe. Florida's a great school. They've got great recruiting. And like you said, Billy Napier is good for that area and that region. He'll bring people in there. It's just these coaching hires are great for not only the schools, but great for college football in general. I can't wait for the next 3-4 years of college football. These NIL things that they're doing now are allowing these players to get money in these cities, and it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And the Ragin' Cajuns didn't do too bad either this year. All right, yeah. So you mentioned LSU. Coach O got his final win of the season as an LSU head coach against Alabama. And how many overtimes was that? Maybe 3.
Yeah.
But yeah. So that was a fun game to watch. And happy for Coach O after doing that. Where is he going to go? Is he just going to sit at home? I don't think so. I think he'll go to a smaller school. But
you mean A&M, not Alabama?
Sorry, A&M. Yeah, no, we'll get to Alabama here in a little bit and all the people who are upset that they got the W. But, yeah, as far as LSU, who's going to be there?
I don't know who's going to be at LSU just yet. There's a few options out there.
Ain't Lincoln Riley.
They're going to have to make a splash. Really, Kevin's watching. I know Kevin, massive LSU fans. If you're on our feed on Facebook, Twitter, or whatever, give us your thoughts on who's going to LSU. And obviously, the guys on there reply to whatever you think. They've got some great replies on you. So we'll see who's going to LSU. I can't wait to figure that out. It will happen in the next week or so.
Kevin says, sorry, I'm late. Go Cowboys, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
go. Yeah, I can't wait to get into the Cowboys in the NFL. Woo!
So I'm curious now, like who it's not going to be Bob Stoops. He's just subbing for that bowl game. Who's going to step into that full-time position? You mentioned Washington, Virginia Tech. All these teams need a coach.
Yes, all of them.
All right, let's stick with college football in Ohio State versus Michigan.
Woo!
Wow, what an upset.
Told you.
42-27. Ohio is now 10-2, while Michigan is 11-1. And Michigan number 2 is ranked, and Ohio State number 11. We will have college football playoff rankings come out tomorrow evening, as they do each and every week as we get closer and closer.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with this whole thing. Ohio State is, wow, I don't know. I don't know where they're going to go. This was an incredible football game. When I turned it on, I told you to watch the pregame, everything. It was snowing. It just looked like you're ready. You're ready. Now, it was my mistake. I thought this game was at the Horseshoe because it originally read Michigan at Ohio State. But no, it was at the Big House, which made it even better. That was a fantastic venue for this game. Over 100,000 people, snowing, fans going crazy, and just probably the best football game of the weekend, including the NFL, because those weren't that exciting. But Michigan, Ohio State at Michigan game was fantastic. The question is, where does Michigan go now? Where is Michigan going to be ranked? Because, as you mentioned, Alabama had a lot of trouble with Auburn.
Absolutely.
Barely pulled that game out.
Yeah, and I'm not sure if you saw Coach Nick Saban's speech before the game. he went on and on and on about like fans already starting to boo him from
Yeah,
Alabama.
that's crazy.
And not getting behind the support and like, oh, like you lose one, this team sucks now. Like this is a terrible program. And he's like, it's hard each and every game, regardless if we're winning each and every week or we're losing and then trying to come back. It's still tough. You still got to play the game. You're still trying to get that W. It's not easy to win football games. And he basically, he said that prior to kickoff on Saturday.
It's going to be interesting. Also, Michigan plays Iowa. I'm gonna go over this game on Thursday a little bit because there's some interesting football games coming up this Thursday that play into a lot of what's going to happen with the national championship, and including Ohio State or Alabama playing Georgia, which Alabama might be out of the championship picture. We'll see. The rankings come out tomorrow night. Of course, we'll bring them up Thursday, but college football is gearing up now. It was an incredible weekend for them. You want to know where Cincinnati lands, right? Because
exactly.
that's the big picture. Like, is Cincinnati going to squeak in there? Did Notre Dame squeak up? I don't know. Like, those guys have a tough time.
Cincinnati, they got another win, of course, over East Carolina. Not tough for them. Easy component. So this weekend is that title game that they'll have against Houston. But as far as this past weekend, 4, maybe 3. Who knows?
Yeah. Yep. They were already number 4, so I'm assuming they'll stay in there.
I'm thinking they'll stay there too, as far as Michigan staying where they're at as well.
Everybody's going to be rooting for Houston, including you this weekend. For sure.
Y'all better be.
We already know this.
You got to cheer on the hometown team, of course. Come on, in the title game, the American Athletic Conference. You cheer
Tigers.
on the team that is here. Chewy in the back, you're with me. Come on, go Cougs. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Chewy came here today. He wanted to watch the show. He's a big supporter. We thank you so much for coming out.
Thank you, Chewy.
And all of you guys that tune in and come out to the show, just like Chewy here, thank you so much. We appreciate it. We really do. All right, let's get to our last topic on the rundown. And this is COVID? I don't know. Aaron Rodgers is not going to have surgery on his toe. It was like reported there was COVID in it. There wasn't COVID in it. Anyways, fractured and whatnot. He was available to have the surgery. He's not going to. So
big break for them.
Right. And he didn't practice at all last week leading up into the Rams game, in which they did end up winning 36-28. And so it looks like, okay, I don't have to practice. I can still go out there and show off my arm. So
best team in football.
Speaking of showing off the arm, it wasn't the best at completions, and it probably was that toe. So he was 28 of 45 pass attempts for 307 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And he has a hurt toe. Imagine this team healthy, because they're not even close to healthy.
So my thing is, this is the smart move, right? To not get surgery.
Yeah.
Because without him, surgery, you're not even Super Bowl bound, or
We're not putting in Jordan Love.
Right?
It's interesting, the NFC, what's going on right now. We're going to get into this in our NFL section here in a minute. Aaron Rodgers, the Green Bay Packers are the best team in the NFL right now. On a hurt, they're injured right now, and they look good. So I can't imagine they're about to have a bye week. They're going to get healthy. Watch out for the Green Bay Packers. They should have been in the championship game last year in the Super Bowl, but the ref called that holding call. It was an incredible football game, and we're going to see what happens this year. But I like Green Bay Packers to win the Super Bowl as of right now.
9-3 is their record. All right, that about wraps up our rundown, but we're going to stick with the NFL.
Let's do it.
All right, so we're going to talk about. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Oh. I'm doing like a guitar, but it's like drums. I don't know. All right. That's exactly where we're going, and Jeff's thrilled about it, of course. They are, like you said, they have lost 3 out of the last 4 games. They are now 7-4 on the season. They lost to the Raiders on Thanksgiving in overtime. Then before that, the Chiefs. Before that, the Broncos. And the other loss on their season is the first game, which was against the Bucs, as we know.
And now they're missing their head coach for Thursday's game. Cowboys.
How big of a deal is that going to be, though? that he isn't on the sideline.
I think the bigger deal is Ezekiel Elliott and them not starting Tony Pollard. Ezekiel Elliott came out today like Aaron Rodgers and came out in practice. They need to hold him back and get him healthy.
Right.
When he was healthy those first 4 games of the season, take out the Tampa Bay loss, right? It was a great football game. First game of the season, everybody had jitters, whatever. But Ezekiel Elliott running the football well, they were dominant. It opened up the pass game for Dak Prescott. It just their whole offense opens up when Zeke's running the ball. You get Dak throwing the ball 40 times, you have major problems. Major problems. And Tony Pollard looks explosive. I don't know why they're not sitting Zeke, which was mentioned on Friday, saying that Zeke has leg issues, ankle issues, and now he's at full practice. I just don't know why he's not resting and letting Tony Pollard start so they can get that ground game going.
Well, we speak about what's going to happen on Thursday, and on the sideline, that's going to be Dan Quinn. As I mentioned earlier, he is stepping in as the interim head coach. He's the defensive coordinator, and we know how he has turned around that program since last season. The defense, it looks completely different. So I wonder how he's going to attack on offense.
Yeah, I think that Dak will probably have most of the control as far as calling the plays for the offense. This is going to be an interesting football game Thursday. We're going to have the show Thursday, and I can't wait to break it down. That's going to be the whole show probably.
I just wonder, can this team get back to what they were at the beginning of the season, minus that one loss, like you mentioned? But they play the Saints, they play Washington football team twice, then the Giants, and then they finish out with the Cardinals. So that's what the Cowboys look like for the rest of the season. It's going to be a little more tough besides the Giants, right?
Yeah, but those are division rivals, and everybody steps up when they play the Cowboys. So it's
or trips.
Cowboys. Daniel, sorry,
his wife
Mr.
Jones.
Is he married? Daniel Jones married?
I don't know.
Sorry, Mrs. Jones. Remember that song, Mr. Jones? Remember that? Counting Crows.
What year is that?
Mr. Jones.
No.
Oh, y'all know that song. I know you know what
Someone brought up Mr. Rogers the other day. I didn't really know what that is either, but
I might get in Facebook trouble if I start singing.
Facebook.
Yeah, they know.
Oh, that's true. That's
Yeah,
true. That's true. I went to a party not too long ago with allegedly.
Whoa, let's just stop there. You did? Where was this party? Where was this party?
I was like, okay, maybe I'll stop. All right.
Where was this party at, Lauren?
Let's just go to the next one.
Was there Rumplemans involved?
No, there was not. No drinking.
Your mom's watching the show. Turn away, Miss Leo.
No.
Well,
no.
Okay, what happened at the party?
No, allegedly the CEO of Facebook was there.
Oh, the CEO of Facebook.
But I didn't know who they were. It's a she. I didn't know who they were. But yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Crazy. You brought up Facebook, and so I was like, maybe find out who she is, go talk to her about it.
Okay, all right. Who's the CEO of Facebook? Let us know. Lauren may or may not have met her at a party with Rumplemans.
Without Rumplemans, this is all, like you said, your favorite word. Allegedly.
Allegedly,
not real.
Allegedly, there was Rumplemans, and allegedly, Lauren met the CEO of Facebook.
I did not meet. I did not meet.
Allegedly.
I was told they were there.
We need to make the bet with Lauren about the Rumplemans and a curse word. A curse word is a good one. I don't know who came up with that. Was that Kevin? Somebody said if Lauren loses the bet, she has to cuss on the show.
I probably was. Dang, Kevin.
Give her Rumplemans and maybe she'll cuss.
No.
There we go.
Why do you want to know this? I mean, why do you want to hear that so bad? Come on.
Oh, it's just Lauren,
All right, let's get to another game, or just another team rather. In New England, the Patriots, they win again. They're 4 straight wins. They're 36-13 over the Titans. They are now 8-4, first in the AFC West, right? And who's behind them? You have the Bills with 7 wins, and then the Dolphins and the Jets. We'll get to the Dolphins in a little bit, who are making a little bit of a spark right now. But not 4th. 6th win. 6th win in a row for New England and Mac Jones. This is the real deal, right? Are they going to the Super Bowl?
Wow. I would love. Who wouldn't love Tampa Bay and New England?
Oh, I love it.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And, technically right now with the way the New England Patriots are playing in that AFC, they could win. They've got the Bills coming up next in a very, very interesting matchup. Check this out on the Patriots defense. It is absolutely insane. They have only allowed some there. Okay, let me refresh this. Hold on. Their defense, I'll tell you what they're number 1 in, and it's absolutely insane. Okay, the Bills defense. Points per game allowed, 15.8 first. Yards per game allowed, 316th fourth. Sacks, 30th, tied for 5th. Takeaways, 25. tied for second in
This
the
is
league.
the Bills?
No, this is the Patriots defense. They do everything good.
Oh, you said the Bills. I was really confused.
No, they're playing the Bills this weekend.
Gotcha,
So,
gotcha.
The Patriots are probably the most put together team right now. Like they just don't. The only thing they're lacking is that explosive playmaker, right? And that's why I was saying that Odell Beckham Jr. would be a good fit over there because they could throw the ball over the top to him, open up the defense. But man, this defense that he's got running right now is insanely good. They make the right plays. If this isn't a carbon copy of Tom Brady's first few years with Bill Belichick, I don't know what is. Like, I mean it is identical.
Yes, everything you are saying is true, Jeff. Yes, Mac Jones has been great. They don't have that offensive player that's explosive, but he kind of is, right? And we've seen what Bill has kind of transformed him into, a lookalike of Tom Brady. I will say, though, this last win, they put up a lot, 36. That's a lot in the National Football League. It was against the Titans, who just lost at home to the Houston Texans, who now have 9 losses on the season. They're 2-9. So I kind of put that into perspective as well, as far as the opponent matchup for New England. But, I mean,
6 wins in a row.
if they keep doing it,
I mean,
if they keep
Jets,
doing it,
Chargers, Panthers, Browns, Falcons, Titans, and 54, 27, 24, 45, 25, 36.
oh, those points.
Points allowed, 13, 24, 6, 7, 0, 13. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
The Patriots are good.
Question, Jeff.
Yeah.
Can they beat Green Bay?
No.
Ooh.
No, Green Bay's defense is also very good. Green Bay is an incredible football team, and they have the X factor.
Okay.
So and as far as what's interesting is if Green Bay makes it to the Super Bowl, you've got another quarterback with a toe issue. 2 Super Bowls in a row, like so, it'll be fun. Look, the NFL has been such a wild ride this year.
That's funny. And Patrick
Such a wild
Mahomes,
ride.
I mean, yeah, you talk about the toe injury, like up and down with him. And now we have Aaron Rodgers. I mean, the list goes on and on of storylines here. And Aaron Rodgers likes to be in all of it.
Oh, he showed his foot.
He has stayed
He showed his foot on the camera. It's like his toes
since
broke.
the offseason, and now he's back. Yeah, it's crazy.
I love it. This NFL season has been nothing less than spectacular. The games this past week were not entertaining, including last night. I turned it off in the first quarter. But,
last night was boring. It was a snooze fest. 16-10. The Ravens won over the Browns.
Yeah.
And wow, Baker Mayfield couldn't look any worse. I don't have it pulled up right in front of me, but man,
we'll get into it in a second. I was just saying the NFL season has just been so crazy this year. Like teams that you thought were going off and they were going to just be undefeated, they lose, and the Cowboys go on a run, and then now they're lost 3 or 4. You've got all these, the New England Patriots, now the Baltimore Ravens, who were at the bottom. They were at the top of the division, bottom of the division. Now they're at the top of the whole conference. They're number 1. It's the Ravens and the Patriots. It's just such a crazy NFL season.
You know who surprised me as well? The Rams.
Yeah, yep. Rams came out. I actually benched Matt Stafford yesterday because he said he had back problems, leg problems, foot problems, everything. So I was like, let me take him out of my fantasy, even though it wouldn't have mattered. Kevin Anthony I played, actually, and he just – well, he had Leonard Fournette. I mean, come on, dude. He has a career day. 4 touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 receiving, 100 yards. Like, this guy acted like he was back at LSU. That was annoying. And Kevin, being from LSU, oh, dude. I really needed that. That was frustrating.
I was going to say, we talk about the Rams, but like LA too, and this is something I want to get to on Thursday, so we have a little more time to talk about it as far as Justin Herbert and the Chargers. Are they utilizing him and his true skills or not? Because it doesn't look like it, but we know how talented he is.
Yeah, that's a
topic for another time.
That's another interesting football team. There's a lot of teams in the AFC on the bubble. There's like 8 or 9 teams that are on the bubble. It's going to be a fun last. Look, Tom Brady was against it. I'm all for the 17th game. This is going to be fun. That 17th week is going to be a blast.
Well, no crap. He's 43.
44.
44?
Yeah, 44.
He doesn't want to play another one.
Same age as me, but I look better, so it's all good.
Oh.
You just called Tom Brady out?
Wow.
Someone's cocky.
Yeah, someone's real cocky right now.
Cowboys lost.
Oh my gosh.
Let's
Well,
get
good
to
thing he
that.
doesn't play for the Cowboys.
Let's get to last night's game if you got it pulled up. Baker Mayfield, man, I don't know Stefanski, the head coach. I don't know who to blame all this on. Baker Mayfield's on his 4th head coach in 3 years, but he's got a top 3 offensive line, great running backs. Even though Hunt's been hurt and Chubb's been hurt, but they've still been there. He's got great running backs, top 3 offensive line. He's got great receivers, even though OBJ left. He's got everything in front of him. The defense is good. They've only scored 27 points the last 3 games. And that is
that
terrible.
explains why they're
good.
sitting right at 500 and 6-6. And yeah, like you said, Baltimore is at the top, 8-3 of the entire AFC.
Baker's only at 50% completion rate. In the current NFL that we play in today, you have to have 69, 71 completion percentage, like to compete with anybody really, unless you have just, the defense from the 80s, 90s or whatever, but we don't have that. Today's an offensive game. 50% completion rate is not going to cut it. Now you got Kareem Hunt's father now went to social media calling out Baker Mayfield. I don't know if this is a Kevin Stefanski, if you remember, was coach of the year last year. So I don't know where all this blame lies. I don't know if it's Baker just hurt, Stefanski not calling the plays right. It's awkward, man. It's so weird because they were doing very well the very beginning of the season, and it just bottomed out. They look terrible. They can't do anything.
I mean, they can try to put some things together, but it just doesn't seem like Baker takes all day. And then I don't know if it's a protection problem around him.
Well, no, he's got the top 3 offensive line.
Well, we say that, but sacks keep happening.
Yeah, well, that's Baker running around like a chicken with his head cut off.
Yeah, I don't know. He also had the shoulder issue for a while, and that lingered. And I don't know if he's playing on that when he shouldn't be.
Yeah.
And he just won't listen.
I have no idea. There's something going on in Cleveland right now, and they're not happy. I mean, remember, they won their first playoff game in a long time last year. They beat the Steelers, who went 10-0 at one point. I don't know what's going on in Cleveland, and if it's Kevin Stefanski or is it Baker Mayfield. Baker's been through 4 head coaches. I just don't know who goes first. You can't fire the coach of the year 1 year after.
Is this the same Baker Mayfield who played for Lincoln Riley?
See, no, I don't know. So I'm confused because I don't like Baker's antics. I don't like the way he is off the field. I don't like the way his camera action is. I think he's way too cocky. He doesn't congratulate his teammates. He doesn't seem like that big of a team player. And, you mentioned his wife earlier. Not that has a big bearing on anything, but Baker they have issues over there, and Baker seems like the only common denominator in all of Cleveland's issues.
I mean, and you look back to a couple games ago where Case Keenum stepped in, I believe, for 2 games, and he played pretty well with them. So maybe they need to start testing the waters some more, because whatever is going on is not working.
Yep.
Oh, I like that graphic down there. Nice.
Vincent
There
says there's always Testaverde. Man, I wish they'd bring back old Vinny T. I loved Vinny Testaverde.
Man, I am not getting any of you guys' comments.
He's royalty. Oh, they were wondering what you are drunk and everything earlier. Please.
Oh, please.
Go back through the comments on social media, man. We're on every single one of them: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Look us up, man. We've got a new one coming soon. We'll probably get to that next week. We'll introduce a new platform that we are on, and cannot wait for that.
So excited. You will definitely have to like and subscribe to the new platform.
Yeah.
But we are still
Kevin
here.
Anthony, you better be the first subscriber.
Or get your butt here to Christian Tailgate. Hang out with us.
Yeah.
And maybe hassle Jeff a little bit about the Cowboys in person. All right, shall we get to tonight's game?
Real quick, I wanted to bring up, before we leave the NFL, I wanted to bring up that the most exciting game yesterday, Tampa Bay and then the Colts. Great football game.
It was fun.
Major problem I had, and I was screaming at the whole game. Why is Carson Wentz throwing the ball 44? I almost cursed. Why is he
44 times?
You have the offensive player of the year, probably the MVP of the league because Derrick Henry's out, and Jonathan Taylor. He had less than 50 rushing yards going into the fourth quarter because Carson Wentz is chunking the ball. Now, it was working, but Carson Wentz can't throw the ball 44, 50 times. He loses 90% of his games when he throws over 40 passes. And, of course, they couldn't control the clock, gave Tom Brady 2.5 minutes. If you can run the ball, and their last drive they put together, Jonathan Taylor had 60 rushing yards and the touchdown.
So everything you're telling me right now, besides that last point, it doesn't seem like a Carson Wentz problem. It seems like a head coaching
Reich.
issue. You're talking about throwing the ball too many times, about clock management, trying to get
Yep.
stops on the ground, running the ball. That's not all on Carson Wentz. Yeah, they make the last-minute choice to say, oh, this is going to be better through the air at this receiver, this slot receiver, whoever it is.
Yeah, he audibles out. He
but
did a lot yesterday.
That's the coaching.
I was frustrated watching that because they had a double-digit lead at one point, and if they would have just ran the football, it would have been just fine. They threw the ball 6 times in a row when they had a double-digit lead, and I damn near threw something at the television. And I get it. Frank Reich he's a go-for-it coach, right? He takes chances. He's a fourth-down guy. He loves to go for it. I don't know if he was trying to blow out the Bucs. I have no idea, but he didn't run the ball. He didn't waste time. He didn't clock manage, like you said, and, man, Tom Brady and the Bucs come back again, and it just makes them look that much better because Tom Brady gets another fourth quarter comeback. I'm like, all you got to do is run the ball.
Sorry, you're a little jealous there. Same age, looks, one's getting paid millions. What's going on here, Jeff?
No.
What's going on here, Jeff?
All
I'm
Tom's
just kidding.
got on me is the money.
I'm just kidding. Well, speaking of Tom, you talk about the savior. He only had 1 touchdown yesterday, and he threw an interception, which those are starting to be every single game. What's going on, Brady? But Carson Wentz, like you said, he was 27 of 44, 306 yards, which is great. But then 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's what you do when you try to go through the air that many times.
Yeah, he should be 22 of 30 or 22 of 32 with 3 touchdowns. And Jonathan Taylor should have 120 yards rushing. They win that game.
16 carries, 83 yards, 1 touchdown.
Yeah, and
Taylor.
it broke his streak of.
Will he
5
be the
straight
MVP?
games. Probably. I would say Jonathan Taylor probably.
Jonathan
is right
Taylor.
now. But,
all right.
Well, just
Going
because
to a running back.
Kyler Murray got hurt, there's all kinds of issues going on with all the quarterbacks, really. So, it's not Ben Roethlisberger. Sorry, Pittsburgh. If you're a Steelers fan and TJ Watt got put on the COVID list today, he won't be playing. It's just, man, all kinds of issues in Steelers. And also all kinds of issues, including trade talk surrounding the Seattle Seahawks.
That's what we're getting to
game.
about tonight's game, the Seahawks versus Washington football team. So Seahawks only sit with 3 wins on the season, 3-7, while Washington only has 4-6. But Washington's looking for their 3rd straight win tonight. They won a couple of games against the Panthers and the Bucks. Before that, they lost to the Broncos, though. So that's kind of an identity issue question mark. But Taylor Heineke has been doing good for this team. And they've been without Chase Young and Montez Sweat, who have been huge to this team. But they have been out. And the Seahawks, they don't know who they are. They lost 2 straight to the Cardinals and the Packers, which is hard, but they won against the Jaguars. So it's like, yay, Jacksonville. And the spread is Washington by 1.
Yeah, this is
favorited by 1.
This is a pick'em game. 3-7 Seahawks, 4-6 Washington football team. Seattle loses this game, they're out of the playoff picture. Now, the big rumor is that the New York Giants were in talks trading for Russell Wilson, which still could happen. I know the trade deadline's gone, but that would be massive.
The Giants can't get anything going. I mean, I'm sorry. They always try they try a lot, and it just never works out. So
yeah, I mean, Russell Wilson's having a tough time in Seattle, and that team. And I mentioned it before. Pete Carroll's on the hot seat. They go 3-8 and lose this game. You're going to have major problems in Seattle, and it could go downhill real fast, real quick if they don't win this game tonight. They go 3-8. I see a landslide coming.
I know that athletes really plant their seeds in cities that they've been in for a long time. And Russell Wilson and his wife Sierra, they own a portion of that soccer team there. I think they started it. So that's something that was going to stay in Seattle. It's awkward whenever they do leave, but is that a good move for Wilson?
If you're Sierra, she's been stuck in the crappy Midwest, or I'm sorry, Northwest of the United States in Seattle for that long. She's like, Russell, we're going to New York, where she's an actress, and she's, I was going to say, why wouldn't she want to go? Her career is way better in New York. She's been roughing it out over there with Russell for a while.
She's a singer. She can do that anywhere. But
well, would you? For her, New York is probably way better than rainy Seattle.
Is this a good team for Wilson though?
Yeah. I mean, I think a change of scenery would be great for Russell Wilson. I think him and Pete Carroll's run looks to be about over. Again, tonight's game is going to be huge. Seattle has a bunch of great weapons. DK DK Metcalf is having a really soft season compared to what he was supposed to have. And Russell Wilson's been hurt. Their defense has been skeptical. Their run game has been injured all year. Seattle, Pete Carroll's run seems like it might be coming to an end. They go 3-8 tonight. It's going to be rough. And they're traveling all the way over to Washington. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean, rainy, cold weather. That's what you're used to in Seattle. But another guy that has been out this entire season too is Christian McCaffrey. I mean, we're just going down the list of injured players, guys out for COVID, and interesting storylines with their toes.
Christian McCaffrey is out for the season. And I got to bring this up, man. Let's stick with Cam Newton and the Carolina Panthers. I wish that I could show this on video. I'm back. Oh, yeah, bud. You were back. You're right. You're back. And the Carolina Panthers are exactly where they were when you left.
But you know what? He was still sitting pretty in the postgame press conference. He was like, you know what? That was on me. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. He's still smiling there. He's getting paid $10 million.
Unbelievable.
He's just like,
Do you remember? I wish we could flash back to when we were on camera and they announced what he was getting paid, and we were like, dude, what?
Are you kidding me?
Cam Newton, wow. So the last 10 games that Cam Newton has started with the Carolina Panthers, they are 0-10.
Wow.
Ouch.
Wow.
Holy crap.
Wow.
And they just paid him $10 million. And now you take away.
You know what?
CMC.
That is a marketing move. That is an ownership move because they know that was going to bring in the jersey sales. It was going to bring in all the merchandise sales with Cam Newton, all that stuff. So
him busting
that's what that was for.
The fog and I'm back. Oh yeah, but I mean and not only did they lose, it was his fault. They pulled him in the fourth quarter. He was terrible. It was so bad to watch. Like I don't really feel bad for Cam Newton because his antics drive me absolutely bonkers. But it was vintage Cam from last year, the year before, and the year before. His arm isn't there. His mind's not right. And, he had that one he had a touchdown run where he ran and then he spun off and he went the touchdown and he got all cocky in the end zone. And it was downhill after that. And
it was two right back to back.
It was
ran it in and then he also threw it to the side and, got a little dump pass touchdown.
Yeah, he got pulled in the fourth, and this is a quarterback you just paid $10 million to.
Newton. Okay, Kevin Anthony. Newton. What's the difference?
Newton. But it was, look, Cam Newton, man, this was the first time in a long time I felt bad for Cam Newton, but
right.
The Carolina Panthers are getting what they got. Now you've got Cam Newton for, 6 more games, whatever's left on their schedule, and you have no Christian McCaffrey anymore. Carolina Panthers look like an easy team to beat.
Switching gears here just for a second because to talk about contracts and making money. Well, a lot of things happen over the weekend.
MLB?
An MLB free agency. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm sure we're going to get more into that as the CBA ends on Wednesday. So a lot of deals are going to be made between now and then. And of course, we'll talk about them on Thursday right here on SWB.
Max Scherzer.
Max Scherzer with the Mets, man.
Whoa, the Mets are loading up.
Oh, yeah.
So
are the Texas
Rangers.
Yeah.
Simeon.
In 24 hours, MLB has spent $500 million in contracts.
Well, the Rangers is $561 million in total is what they paid in the past couple weeks. $561 million. So they paid Marcus Simeon, John Gray, Cole Calhoun, $236 million, those guys. And then Corey Seager today, a 10-year deal, $325 million. That is what Carlos Correa is looking for.
This is crazy. MLB is going to be fun to watch next year. The Houston and the Texas Rangers battle is going to be interesting next year. But Max Scherzer's deal blew my mind. 3 years, $130 million.
We thought that the Dodgers was going to be his landing spot. They didn't win it. So you know what? He's going for another shot, and he's going to give it his daggum all. More dead arm.
He ties Francisco Lindor is getting paid $43.5. So is Max Scherzer. Trevor Bauer, $39 million. Mike Trout, $38.5. Garrett Cole, $36.5. Justin Verlander, $34.2. Steven Strasburger, $34.1. And Carlos Correa has not even signed yet, so we don't know where his deal is going to go.
Something's going to happen very, very
Off-season
soon.
baseball is getting crunk. But yeah, we do have the CBA agreement coming up in, 2 days, 3 days?
Wednesday.
So you might see a contract or two coming in right before that, including Carlos Correa. So keep your eyes out for that. And I'm sure coming up on Thursday's show, we'll get into the CBA a little bit.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And all of those baseball contracts. Now let's get back to tonight's game. We were just talking contracts, so I just figured I'd throw that out there.
Good deal.
Seahawks versus Washington in Washington. As match we mentioned earlier, Seahawks are 3-4. Washington only 4 wins on their season thus far, but they're looking to make it their third straight win right here. This time around, they're favored by 1. The over-under is 46.5, a very low-scoring game. But these defenses aren't. Washington's defense okay, but I don't.
Man.
I
Where's a quarter?
I don't think it's going to be
this game.
I'm thinking.
You got a quarter?
No,
I don't know who I'm going to pick. I just need a quarter.
I'm thinking that and the money line is 108 for both. Okay, plus or minus 108. So I'm thinking here, this is going to be exactly like last night's game. This is going to be a Ravens and Browns game. Not much going on.
I don't want to turn it off in the first quarter.
A sleep fest.
I did. I swear to you, last night I was watching this and I was like, Baker's looks terrible. Lamar looked terrible. There's no run game. I was like,
but the thing is, like, knowing
Real Housewives or something.
Oh my gosh,
I
never watched that.
I'm just joking. I don't watch that.
Tom Brady, do you watch that?
No, he's married to one. Or no, she's not a housewife model.
She's a model. No, so my question is here, you always go for the underdog, or it seems like you have, like, in the last 5 weeks.
In these type of games, I like to go with the home team. All right, it's all going to be Taylor Heineke and how he's playing, because we can see that he can win football games. I mean, he beat the Bucks. The Washington he beat Tom Brady. So as much as I want to see Russell Wilson and the Seahawks come in a bounce back game and kind of get it back on a roll, because it's always fun when Seattle plays good, I just got a feeling that locker room is not all there. And I don't think that Russell's all there with his hand yet. And so I like Washington in this game.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for Washington too. Not saying how close it's going to be or what even the score is going to be. But I'm feeling Washington for your first reason. It's at their home.
Yeah.
And they've already had 2 wins under their belt. They're going to take that momentum into this week. Something could happen crazy with Seattle, but I don't see it. How about you, Enrique?
I think I'm with you. I'm going to go with Washington.
Finally, we're all the same team.
We got a sweep. Oh.
Get the brooms out. Well, I haven't used that term in a long time. Baseball's been over, so it'll be back before we know it, though. Crazy enough.
With these contracts, before we get out of here, I want to say if this Carlos Correa deal does get done, I do think it's between the Yankees and the Astros still. And with this money flying around, I think the Yankees are more inclined.
I was going to say no one's really offering what he wants, and that's why he hasn't.
I think the 10-year 400 somewhere around there. That might get Carlos Correa. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens in the next few days. The collective bargaining agreement is on December 2nd, so he probably wants to get it done before then. So you can imagine December 1st. So his camp is probably firing up.
Throw it out there.
December 1st.
I know. I keep remembering it's in 2 days. I know. I keep remembering because it's like, December 1st. Oh, it's my birthday. It's a CBA.
We'll have to throw a party on Thursday. But we'll be back Thursday. Hey, you got to think. Hold on. We'll be back Thursday night. Any last thoughts before we get out of here?
No. Enjoy tonight's game. Hope you don't fall asleep too soon. Hopefully they put up, a little show for us tonight. And have a great week.
Bam! All right, got to thank a couple people. Construction Concepts, changing corporate culture one design at a time, from hospitality, corporate, luxury, retail. They'll meet your expectations. Give them a call, 713-589-2682, buildithouston.com. Also, Fitz Roofing, FITZ roofing.com. They just came out, expected my roof. Can't wait till I get a new one. They're amazing. FITZ roofing.com. Give them a shout.
CBA talks include expanded playoffs. All right. We got to thank Hybrid Technologies Group. They're the ones that you can count on when it comes to reliability on phones, cable services, surveillance cameras, and cloud services. Give Roy Stanton a call at 832-336-1201. That is Hybrid Technologies Group. And, of course, we got to thank VYPE Media for putting this production on. Thanks so much to you out there, and Enrique for putting this show on each and every
The North Shore mascot, Enrique.
That's right. What's his name?
But we got 2. There's 2 of them,
two?
actually. Yeah.
Okay.
It's Lightning and Thunder, funny enough.
Which one are you?
L&T.
Whenever I was a senior, I was Lightning.
You were Lightning.
What were you on Saturday?
Thunder.
You were Thunder?
Yeah. That's why I played it earlier. Let's go. All right, Jeff, final thoughts.
Final thoughts. Green Bay is in the Super Bowl.
Wow. All
Wow,
right.
alrighty.
Hot
They stay healthy. They
take.
stay healthy. All right, David Carrier from Smarter Mortgage. Want to thank him too for putting on the show today. 650-0648. Got a pocket full of money ready to give it to you.
Pocket full of cash.
All right,
All
y'all.
righty.
Thursday, right after Lauren's birthday. Hopefully she'll be hungover. I doubt it, but we'll see. We'll see y'all
Nah.
Thursday at 6 p.m.
There we go. Lightning
I will
thunder.
I'm gonna put this picture up on our social media. Go to Sports with Balls anywhere, and it's gonna be a picture of Enrique in his suit.
Good night.
We out.